looking at is what I was able to get from a batch of rose. It's freaking beautiful. I wish you were here to see it because this is washing it out really bad. I think the further back I go, the better you can see the golden hue. It's amazing. It may be my favorite color ever that I've dyed. And this is rose. And underneath there, if you look right here, there's a much lighter shade. So I just added that probably 10 minutes after I added this. And well, obviously they're going to go really well together, but I'm just blown away that this is what rose petals will give you for a color. I just love this. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so used to saying good morning that I almost said good morning, but it's afternoon. I have no idea what the date is. Let me guess. My daughter's birthday, Sarah, she'll be 22 on Saturday, and that's the 21st. So today's Wednesday, so 18th. So today is July 18th, 2018. My name is Judy. This is the Autumn Acorn Knits podcast, which is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, embroidery, yarn dyeing, and all things crafty. Today I'm filming from the dye studio, which is in the barn, from our home in New Hampshire. We live in the foothills of the White Mountain National Forest. It's really pretty here today. The weather is just incredible. It's that type of day where there's just a nice breeze. It's in the low 70s. The sky is as blue gets. There's no humidity. It's just amazing. So Joe and I spent the morning working on the lawn. I mow, he weed whacks. And so I thought, well, this might be the perfect time to podcast because it's been a couple of weeks, maybe even closer to 3. I've had so much going on, and even though it's summer, and I'm normally not as busy in the summer, this summer's just been really crazy, but I can talk about that at the end. This is episode 18. I will put all the places you can find me, either here or at the end, or somewhere here you'll be able to, but pretty much it's the Autumn Acorn everywhere. And what else did I want to say? So I am, I forgot to bring it. You know what? Let me go grab it. I'll be back. And I'm back. And I had a wardrobe change as well. So I went to get my berry picking shawl because I don't know if I had told you on the last podcast that I'm giving it away for free in exchange for your email address, so that puts you on my mailing list. And I hardly ever send out emails, but if I do start to get more regular, it would just be to let you know when there's podcasts, episodes released, or when I have a shop update, or just something like that. It's infrequent. But anyway, if you're interested in this free pattern that I wrote for it's a crochet pattern. It's a really beautiful stitch, and it's a rectangular shaped shawl made with sock yarn. I used my own hand-dyed yarn. What else can I say about this? It's very light and airy. That's why I named it the berry picking shawl, because I thought it'd be perfect for cool summer evenings when I go out berry picking. And yeah, I love this shawl. This has been so handy. Like I said, it's pretty long. Maybe I can show you exactly how long it is. It's really hard to show things, but yeah, you get the idea. So if you are interested in the shawl, please either write your email address down below in the comments, or you can send me, email me at theautumnacorn@yahoo.com, and I will email you this free pattern for the berry picking shawl. So I wanted to remember that. I know I've announced it somewhere else because I kept getting your email addresses, but I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Okay. Sorry guys, I have notes because, I usually have notes, but I'm probably going to refer to them more often this time just because I have a lot of little details that I don't want to forget. So that was one of them. The other is we reached 500 followers. Yay! We're past it now, but that was exciting because, as you know, I was doing a giveaway. One prize for whoever ended up being the 500th follower, but then another prize to someone randomly selected for answering the question, what's your favorite weight yarn to use? And that contest is still going on. It's going to be going on until podcast episode 19, until the next episode, which will either be next week or the week after. So that thread is still open. It's here in YouTube comments. Just simply tell me your favorite weight yarn to knit with. So far, fingering weight yarn is winning by like a landslide. So many of you love fingering weight yarn. But once you let me know that, then the next time I podcast, I will choose the random number generator, and one of you will be the lucky winner. So I'll show you what you will win. I've already shown you, so I'm not going to go into great detail. You can go to the last episode for that. But Knitwise Fibers was kind enough to send this gorgeous skein of sock yarn with a mini and a couple of little stitch markers. And this is called Buns of Steel on, I think it's called Sugar Sack. I'm not sure. Maybe Sugar Sack. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and you get 463 yards. So it's an awesome prize. Yeah, so that'll be coming up next week, I hope. And then, so where was I? Yeah, I'm going to tell you who the 500th follower was at the very end of the podcast. Also, I had a contest going on Instagram to win one of my hand-dyed yarns that I dyed using cochineal, and some gorgeous stitch markers and progress keepers by Knitty by Nature. She had graciously donated those to the podcast. There's also a really cute pin in here. Anyway, this giveaway was on Instagram only, so if you do not follow me, you really should, because I love to give things away. So you just go to @theautumnacorn and follow me on Instagram. Yeah, that would be awesome, so that you could keep up with when I podcast as well. I also announce it there, and shop updates and just giveaways. So this winner I will announce at the end of this podcast as well. So yeah, that's exciting. Let's see, finished objects. I've been dyeing a lot of yarn, and I won't show you everything because I know a lot of people have been definitely interested in the yarn dyeing and the process, but I also know that not everybody, that doesn't interest everyone, so I just don't want to bore everyone. But I mean, let me know if you like to hear more about yarn dyeing and how I do it. I'd be happy to share, but for now I'll just kind of briefly show you. These were two skeins fingering weight that I recently dyed using the coffee pot method that I have talked about before. These were intended for a viewer who would like to buy 2 skeins of coffee fingering. However, I showed her a photo and I told her that while a lot of that they look similar, this one definitely has darker areas in it. So I can't, you know, sell these as a pair because they don't exactly match. So I will be selling those separately. And this one I dyed using white birch bark in my worsted weight. These were dyed using, believe it or not, because this probably is going to shock you, rose petals. And you can still completely smell the roses in these. It was so much fun preparing the dye bath because the entire barn just smelled like roses. It was gorgeous, but oh, how I love these 2 shades. I hope that that they're coming out. They're just gorgeous. This one obviously is darker. This went in the dye pot first into the first bath, and then this is what was left over, the lighter yellow, but this golden color just, I want everything in these shades. I don't know what it is lately. Anyway, that was so much fun. This was another hank dyed with yellow onion skin. I did an experiment and I did a little bit of a video on Instagram TV where I had already dyed up a bunch of yarn using the onion skin, but I kept them and I dried them and I said, well, maybe there's some more dye in them. And I thought I'd try, and I thought I'd get a really, really pale yellow, and look, I mean, that's not pale. That is vibrant. So I kept the onion skins and dried them out, and I'm going to try it again. So I'm wondering, like, how many baths can I get out of one set of onion skins? Pretty exciting. Then, I'm so thirsty. I'm just drinking my pumpkin spice coffee, Green Mountain, as always. So good, so good. Okay, next one is, this was hank dyed with black beans. Came out like a very silvery gray. These 2 also were dyed with black beans, different base. This is my fingering weight. Really, really pretty grays. And then we have some blueberry. I don't think I've shown you these yet. Look how pretty blueberry came out. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that tone of blue. I love most shades of blue though. That was really fun. I liked the blueberry process a lot. Then we have, another black bean. I had dyed over, I saw my sister for a visit, and she had mentioned to me that black bean it's not always color fast, so it made me a little nervous. So I took down the listings that I had for the black bean, which, if you remember, they were a gorgeous shade of blue the first time I dyed. But I didn't want to take any chances at all. And I mean, if you know anything more about that, if black bean, if you can dye with it and if the color will stay. But anyway, I over dyed. I decided just to over dye with cochineal because I know that that's color fast. And this is what we ended up with. It's pretty gorgeous. Yeah, I'm not disappointed at all. It's definitely variegated with this very pale violet, but then it transitions into these beautiful pinks. Yeah, so pretty. Here's some more. A couple of others. I thought that these 3 really went well together. And then these 2 I will be selling separately because they're just not as, they're different. They're more pink. Look at that gorgeous shade. Oh, love. And yeah, so that was super, super fun. There was one hank that came out of that batch that didn't look anything like the rest, and I'm guessing it's because it was on, this was on my sock weight, and totally different, but gorgeous nonetheless. So pretty. Yeah, yarn dyeing is so fun. I enjoy it more than anything. There's a couple others with the blueberry. However, these were in the second bath, the second dipping, and these just came out like a very pale pink, a really pretty, pretty pale pink. Then we have more onion, brighter. More onion, but much lighter. And these were done with Black-Eyed Susan. So I decided to go out in the field. We have a little field next door, and pick all the Black-Eyed Susans that I could. And came home. Not that many. There just weren't that many available, and I never take everything. I always leave some. So anyway, when I got home, I didn't dye them that night, but I felt something crawling on me, and Joe had warned me. He's like, "You're gonna get a tick," and I said, "I haven't had a tick at all this season, blah blah blah." Well, sure enough, there was a little tick crawling around, so took him off. Yuck. But it was worth it because I didn't know what I'd get with Black-Eyed Susan, and this is what I got with Black-Eyed Susan. These two shades of green. This one is a lot lighter, almost mintier, and this one is more, oh, they're really washing out. This green is just more of a grass or a leafy green. And this is a little lighter, but I think they look so gorgeous. These are, like I said, on my sport. Maybe I didn't say. These are on my sport weight base. So, yeah. And then the very last thing I decided to do was over dye. And this was really strange because I had started out where I'd acid dyed this with some blue, and it didn't match the other two hanks, so I thought, well, this one's different, so I'm going to change it up, and stuck it in an onion skin, and it turned out green, but the blue is still there. But I think it's super pretty. Yeah, so that was it. That was my yarn dyeing fun. I loved every minute of it, and yeah, just really enjoying that. So I'll be getting those up in the shop within the next several days, probably, hopefully by the time this podcast is out. What else? Finished objects. So yes, I do have another finished object, but it is not here. It is sent off to Maui, Hawaii, to my youngest daughter, Sarah. Her birthday will be Saturday, as I mentioned. She'll be 22, and usually I just give her money for her birthday, which I did this birthday as well, but she also has been asking me for quite a while now for some of her favorite recipes. From when she was young, that I've made for her growing up, and that she wants to now make for her boyfriend. So I put them, I took some type of a journal, and I covered it with some really beautiful green handmade paper that I'd been saving for a while, and just took my time and did a table of contents and just listed. I want to say I ended up with 18 or 20 recipes in it. So there were around 8 to 10 like main courses, and then 8 to 10 desserts. So it was really fun, and I put a lot of thought into it. I used my sort of scrapbooking skills and used quite a bit of stickers, and I even at one point had crocheted a little linen flower or silk flower, and I put it in there, kind of glued it in, and just tried to make it special so that she would treasure it. And then there are additional pages in it that she can add. I added stickers too, but that she can add additional recipes too. So I do hope she likes it and keeps it forever, and I hope that she gets it nice and sticky and gooey like my favorite cookbook is. You know, it's a mess. All my favorite recipe pages are a mess, but that is that. What else? Let's do finished objects next, and I'm super excited about this project. This is my own shawl design. If you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen it, and then most recently yesterday I think I put up a picture of it blocking. Yay! It is called the Honey Bees Shawl, and I knit it using my own hand-dyed yarn. This was the wool, this was the worsted weight wool that I dyed using pumpkin spice tea. And I had dyed up three hanks of this, so 660 yards. And I just fell in love with it. I could not sell it no matter what. I knew I had to make something for myself with it. So yeah, so here is the Honey Bee Shawl in all its glory. I love this shawl. It can be worn so many different ways. So it can be worn like a traditional shawl. It's pretty big in the back. I'll try to show you the best I can. Yep, can you see where it ends? Sort of at my butt. And it can be just simply tied once like that. And this is probably the way that I'll wear it the most. It is so warm and squishy and cozy. You could easily wear it with the triangle in the front on colder days. Like this. I think that always looks super pretty. Yeah. Or when it's really cold, you could wear it just like a traditional scarf. So, just wrapping it around and around and around, like so. And I think that that's really beautiful as well. So excited. What else can I tell you? This design is pretty mindless, which is my favorite kind of knit. But it's not boring, you know. So you've got so you've got your basic stockinette, but then you've got your really cool, I call these bees. That's why it's called the Honey Bee Shawl. Plus the color just somehow reminded me of honey. Anyway, you can see that you've got some rows, some basic stockinette rows, and then your, what I call the bee row, with all these little bees, which ended up, interestingly enough, looking like cables. It looks like mock cables to me. So, yeah, so anyway, I'm just finishing up the typing out the pattern. Yesterday I did most of that, and then later on tonight, it was so that we can get the best light in the evening, we are going to do a photo shoot, and the photo shoot will either be at the swimming hole, which is this really beautiful area at the end of our road, or I keep thinking that that's going to blow over. Or we're going to jump on the four-wheeler and head up to this beautiful pond that's just basically in the middle of the woods. So it'll either be one of those two places. It depends. If the swimming hole has people swimming, we probably won't want to bother them with our little photo shoot. But I'm super excited because once the photos are done, I can stick them in the PDF and get that pattern out for purchase. So on my Etsy shop. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm in love, and I know it's my own design, but I don't care. I am thrilled with this shawl, and I plan to get a ton of wear out of it. Let's move on to works in progress. I'm working on the Honey Bees Shawls twin. So I'll actually be releasing two patterns. So the Honeybee worsted and the Honeybee fingering. Although they are a bit of a different shape, the main difference is, well, one of them has more frequent increases, and so the shape of the triangle is wider, whereas this fingering weight Honeybee shawl has less increases. Therefore, it is a sharper triangle, I guess is what you could say. So here it is, and you could see where I left off the last time I podcast. Whoa. So here's the shape, but here's where I left off, and then here's where I am. So wow, I got a lot done. Oh, another difference between this pattern and the worsted is the bees. So, and it's going to be difficult for you to see because of the variegation in this wool, but they're the bees for this pattern are staggered. They're not in neat rows, so you don't get the cabled look. You get a much more random scattered bee, which I really, really like. And then the worsted weight, the bees are lined up, which is why you're getting that cabled look. So that's pretty cool. That was accidental, really. But I'm happy that it's a similar pattern, only there's quite a few differences and variations in it. Not to mention its fingering weight, so it's very light and airy. And yeah, I'm just thrilled. Also, this will take 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and in fact, this is what I have left, so you can get an idea of just how big it will end up being. So it won't be, I don't think it'll be as big as the worsted weight one, but it'll still be pretty substantial. And I hope, be able to wrap it around my neck. That's my goal. I do have a third hank if I need it, but I really wanted to have a two skein shawl. Again, just to be even more different than my worsted weight one. So stay tuned. I expect to be finished with this within the next day or 2. This pattern is already typed up. I did it yesterday when I did the other one. So both of these should be coming out, I hope, within a week. although I still have to get this one photographed, and that seems to be where we get slowed down sometimes, because you have to have the right weather, the right lighting, you have to be in the right mood, all of that. So that project was living in my gorgeous project bag by Donica Studio that I had picked up at Newbury Comics, which is a cute little book stationery store. I love this project bag. I love the size of it, and I love how it sits on its own. Isn't that cute? So, yeah. What else? I have a new KnitCrate box came in the mail. My monthly box that I am an affiliate for, which just means that I review it each month, let you guys know what I think, and for that I am given this subscription for free. So it's really nice. So again, I've talked about this before, but KnitCrate is a monthly box membership. Would you call it a box membership? I don't know, you get a box, you don't know what's going to be in it. It always has yarn and patterns, but it's always a surprise to what colors. This one's called Modern Primary, and you can make, this time they have some yoga socks and a cowl. So there's the cowl, and that's the, I believe, the crochet pattern, and then the knit pattern is the yoga socks. And then here's the yarn. This is a really gorgeous, I wish you could feel it, but it's a merino. It's a superwash merino. So pretty. Totally out of my comfort zone as far as colors that I would purchase, but I really like the way they go together. Yeah, pretty cool. And this yarn is called Dashboard, colorway Dashboard. It is a bouncy, I thought it said Romney. Bouncy worsted, 100% superwash merino wool, 180 yards, 100 grams. So this is by Knitology. Knitology. So yeah, and you get, you go online and you get the patterns. You can choose your crochet pattern, or if you want to knit. So yeah, if you're interested and you would like to sign up for something like this, I highly recommend KnitCrate. There are other subscription services you can sign up for, but I really, really love the quality of this one. And you can get 20% off your first order if you just use Autumn 20. So I'll put it here. It's AUTUMN 20 for 20% off your first order. There's a link. I will put them in the show notes section of this YouTube video. And you can go to my link and then type in Autumn 20, and you are good to go and get yourself a good discount on that. So I think it's time for chatter. I've been super busy, like I said. It's actually kind of chilly. Got the window open and there's a beautiful breeze, but it's almost at the point of chilly, which I love chilly, but because I can wear my Honeybee Shawl. Yay! So a couple things, let's see. We'll start with why I've been so busy. So let's see, I went to visit my mom and my sister. When was that? 2 weeks ago, I guess. We had the best time. We went out for lunch. We just chatted and chatted and talked. We went to a couple of like consignment stores and picked up some things. I didn't, but my sister and my mom picked up a few things. What else? It was fun. It was a really nice day. I missed them and I needed to see them. We got to look at each other's knitting and project bags and stuff, so that was fun. We're going to do that again soon. My mom's only here until November, and then she goes to Florida for the winter, so I've been doing a lot of foraging. I was foraging for oak leaves and rose petals, red clover, peonies, the black-eyed Susans. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Then I helped my cousin Jessica with her craft camp. She has a business called Zooble, and this is the second year, I believe, in a row, or maybe third, that she's done a craft camp at the elementary school. So that was super fun. It was a week long, all girls, I want to say about 13 campers. And Jess is so creative and so crafty and just comes up with the coolest ideas. So she had the girls doing sun dyeing, and then I actually participated in that. So you take, if you've never done, here's my little sun dye sample. I just played around with, it's on muslin. And if you've never done sun dyeing, you just take a piece of muslin. You have to soak it in water and get it really, really, really wet. And obviously you want to do this outside on a sunny day. And then you would just take regular paint and water it down. So I think we did like 50-50. And then just sort of drop it onto your fabric in any fashion you want, any colors you want. Then once you've got that all covered with paint, you set objects. You lay this flat on a flat surface and set objects down. Obviously this was like a wooden star shape, and then these were wooden discs, and then this, all these little dots were these necklaces. So this just beads, necklace beads. And you leave those, you walk away and let the hot sun penetrate the fabric, and then when you come back, you take off all the pieces, and then this is, you can see where you had put the objects. This is what the back looks like. Some of the girls made the most beautiful. They just chose the prettiest colors and put mine to shame, but I was really just having fun with it. So that was really fun. Then another project that we worked on were these little bowls. I did this one with red and white. I don't want to tip it too much because I have some lavender in there. I just gathered this. I just got this from my lavender plant. So, oh, I love lavender. But yeah, that was really fun. It's just, and there's a gold, I did like a gold, messy gold trim on top. But it's just this not air dry, but you have to bake it, this clay. I can't remember the name of it. It might even be called polymer clay. But yeah, that was fun. You can make any shape you want. And I'm going to be helping Jess with another craft camp in August, so we'll have an even bigger group, and these kids are a little bit older, so we're going to do even more difficult crafts, but it's lots of fun. I don't think you can see it, but I have, let's move this. Do you see that window hanging up there? I also made that at craft camp. That was really fun to do. So yeah. So that's that. Bad news, sad news is that I lost my job. So I probably have mentioned to you, maybe not, that we were struggling a bit with enrollment, and we were going to decide on August 1st if we had enough students, whether we had enough students to open up in the fall. And we realized pretty quickly that we really we couldn't wait until August 1st. We did not have enough students to open in the fall, and it's just devastating to us because the preschool's been around for over 35 years in the town. I've been there for 5, but it was a hard decision that our board of directors had to make. But I don't want to go into all of it. But that being said, the decision has been made. Therefore, I don't have a job right now, or I won't be returning to a job in the fall. So that's really, really tough. And I'm trying not to think about it a lot because it just makes me so sad. So I don't want to dwell on it here. I had put up a post on Instagram about it, and you guys were so sweet and supportive, and a lot of you said what I do believe as well is that something better will come along, and there's a reason for this, and that things like this, they happen, and you can either let it get you down or you can just keep moving on. And some of you even said, hey, maybe, you know what, maybe you're supposed to be knitting for a living, maybe you're supposed to be pattern designing or garment designing, maybe you're supposed to be yarn dyeing, and maybe that's supposed to be your new full-time job. So who knows, we'll see. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd love that, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's that. Joe and I went to, our town has old home days, and a lot of towns around here have old home days. I had never even heard of old home days. I had no idea what it was when I moved to Vermont and New Hampshire, but now I know. So we went on Saturday and we were in the parade, and I've never been in a parade, so it was so exciting and fun. We rode on the four-wheeler. It's like a side-by-side, so, and threw candy at the children, and oh, it was so much fun. I took a little footage, so not a lot, but a little bit, so I'll put that up at the end. And so yeah, it was really fun. There are trails, we have lots of trails around here, so to ride the side-by-side. So yeah, it was probably, I don't know, 10 miles. Today, if we end up going to the pond in the forest, it's about 30 miles. That's a long, long trip, but super, super fun. We have the music playing, and the theme was old time rock and roll. So everybody was playing their rock and roll, and Elvis was there. And then we just went to the green and enjoyed some fair food and walked around and chatted and just really had a good time. So that was fun. Okay, so I think we're at, oh, before I forget, also next week I'm going to Connecticut. I'll be babysitting my granddaughter, little Charlie Adelaide, and getting to visit my daughter Kelly, her mom, and her dad Ken, so that'll be really fun. I'll be there probably, well, I'm getting there Tuesday, and I'll probably come back on Sunday. So that'll be a nice long visit. So I can't wait. Charlie is just starting to crawl. She just turned 10 months. And she's just the sweetest thing and the happiest baby ever, so cannot wait. So all right, why don't we get to the winners? So let's start with the 500th follower. So congratulations to April Woodward. And April Woodward, it said that you had a private subscription, so I wasn't able to contact you through, this is through YouTube, but hopefully you watch and you will contact me. So April Woodward, you won the Arnie and Carlos sock yarn in the self-patterning, beautiful design pattern. Remember I showed you underneath, it's all that gorgeousness. Yeah, really pretty. And you also won the Sock Wonder sock needles, circular. So that's pretty exciting. That was by Candra's Yarn Paradise. So thank you so much to Candra's Yarn Paradise for that wonderful donation to the podcast. And congratulations, April. If you get in touch with me with your address, I will get those mailed out to you ASAP. Also, as I mentioned to you at the beginning of the podcast, was giving away this skein of pink fingering weight yarn, sock yarn, and these stitch markers by Knitty by Nature. And that was strictly an Instagram giveaway, and Facebook. But the winner of that was Jill at Mama Made Crochet, and I will put that here. So Jill at Mama Made Crochet on Instagram. If you could please get in touch with me, I will send you out your amazing prize package. So fun. And like I said, please don't forget to tell me your favorite weight of yarn here in the YouTube comments so that you could have a chance to win this beautiful sock set. I will be announcing this on the next podcast episode 19. So yeah, get in that chance to win, and good luck. Okay guys, I think that's it. It was really nice chatting with you today. I hope to come back again in a week, but like I mentioned, I'll be babysitting, and Kelly and I have some things, we want to do, so I don't know how much time I'll have, but I will try. I'll at least get some footage so that I can vlog maybe. But that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and I hope you get lots of crafting in. So yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.